Get in, nerds. We're playing Victoria 3. Cape Colony wants to trade. I don't want to mess with things down there. We got 10.6 infamy. So I think we can go on and continue to do expansions. Unless one of these countries don't. Okay, no, they're doing their own thing. All right. Forever ago, I was talking about grabbing a hold of some more territory in Africa. So let's go ahead and do that. We can grab Measure Team. 9.1 infamy. They will not accept, but I feel confident in our ability to win a war against them. So let's go ahead and do that. As we continue to build up our economic capacity, I can definitely increase construction, but I think we're going to work on doing some automation. Oh, automated bakeries are for sure a yes plan. Textile mills. How is the clothing market looking? It's looking very, very affordable, so we don't... With that said, I think we can electrify these and make them more efficient. Not Lancashire. Lancashire need more power. How are we doing on power? Actually, let me ask myself that. Do a promotion. Brigadier General Magnus Matheson. What a great name. He's earned it by having a great name. Alright, so we do need more electricity in Yorkshire and Wales and the Highlands. Because the power plants won't hire. What if we made them oil-fired? It says that'll make them inefficient. Yep, and it sure did. Alright, we'll go back to being coal-fired. Alright, I think this is just a population question. Anyway, let's go back to the textile industries. We're just going to flip over all of these over to electric. Ooh, Lowlands have a bunch. Sir? Heck yes. Munster, absolutely. Munster, of course. Connaught, definitely. So that's going to free up yet more labor in those areas. I also got a new company slot that I can grab, so let's go ahead and do it. What do I want? What do I desire out of companies? I don't need colony growth speed anymore. If I could get a birth rate 1, that would be excellent. Ooh, migration attraction actually would be really solid. Bureaucracy can be nice. Army offense and Navy offense, those are both radical. Attainable companies. Nothing specific that I'm super interested in. Yeah, alright. So let's go with... close the attainable ones. Now I think... Oh, power plant's throughput would actually be really, really solid. That would be so good for me. On the other hand, though, migration attraction is really good. I'm going to do that. Just getting population growth going is really important. So right now, I do want to look at my military methods because I think I should be transporting my units in trucks. So I'm just going to set that for all my armies. It is going to be a significant cost increase, but going to be useful. Army of Australia is currently in a war, but that's not... but not a serious one. So I think if they're low on organization for a bit, that'll be fine. They'll be able to do what they need. Let's go ahead and set them to defend for the moment. Just let it go as this kicks in. Oh, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine by the time they're ready to advance, so we'll just set them to advance. So, looking again at our industries, I'm going to automate the tooling workshops next. Assembly lines, oh no, I can't afford that. Those are too high level. But we're going to go to rotary valve engine, basically wherever we can. In fact, let's go to rotary valve engine just across the empire. We're doing it. And I think we can deal with machine steel tools everywhere as well. I think we've got enough rubber for that. Oh, no, that is not enough. What does our rubber situation look like? Sorry, I thought we were mostly flipped over already. Oh, yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be absolutely fine. Machine steel tools everywhere, for everyone. Alright. Glassworks, we might be able to go to houseware plastics. How much is this going to change? This window is not displaying properly because it's multiplied the not enough qualifications line item too many times, so I'm going to need to do this math manually. I know listening to me do math is your favorite. We got 500 levels-ish. It's going to cost 25 oil per level, so we're talking about 25 times 500 is about 12.5 times 1,000. 12,500 is the amount of oil we're going to generate. We're going to require. So yeah, no, can't do that. 2 arms. Didn't I go fully over to rotary valve engine for furniture manufactories? Let's do it. Just hit the button. Hit the button and do it. Paper mills, I think we're going to do the same. Yes. And all those automated steel mills, we're going to do the same. Alright. Now, I think that means... Ooh, not assembly line, rotary valve engine. My bad. Rotary foundry, we're going to do the same. Recoil mechanisms cost too much oil. Rotary valve engine for the munitions plants, absolutely. Right, and these are not uniform. But actually, we can at least do public trams in a bunch of these areas. Just to make things a little easier in those zones. Generate a little of extra transport. Now it's not that big of a deal, but Windward Coast is a huge urban center. Everything is in default. Wonderful. Where's your Delta too? Golly. I know this is riveting content for you, my viewers, but it's got to get done this way because I don't want all the ones that I got set to public motor carriages to fall back down. Feel the power of my fast-scrolling mouse? I think this is going to create an engines shortage, but I did just build up a ton of motor industries, so we'll see if that's going to impact things. I did too much colonialism. I took too much territory. And now I have to manually change all these over. I should have just changed all of them over and then undone the ones that I wanted to keep, the public motor carriages. But that would have required me to remember which ones those were ahead of time, and that's really a bother. You know what? Flanders should have public motor carriages and arcades. Maybe not arcades. No? We'll leave that way for now. Alright. Actually, wait. I should have electric lighting. I forgot to change these over when they became. And I set them to incorporate. Anyway. This is not uniform, but it is what it is. We got Measure Team fully occupied now. Infamy is at 17.2, so we'll probably go to Warsaw Galley right after that. Oh. Paraguay moved into a customs union, so they can't have a trade agreement with me anymore. I was like, why would that happen? But that's why. Right. I promised you a Navy expansion, and I didn't do it. So let's go ahead and do it. Can't upgrade ironclads or dreadnoughts, so it's going to be time to just build us up some battleships from nothing. So, actually, wait. Let me check something. I'm going to put these... I'm going to put this ship, this fleet in port. And then I'll see if it'll let me upgrade these. No. Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought. But I heard somewhere that you could do that. All right. So we should have still virtually no labor available in England. What about over here in the Low Countries? Still? All right. Well. We'll go to Ireland for our military needs, as we have always done. So let's build up another 10 levels of scout cruisers. And then we're just going to build 30 levels of battleships. And Munster is having an infrastructure shortage. Can I rectify this by upgrading the production methods on the railways? Let's find out together. Game's kind of chugging along here. We're good. Brilliant. Yes, it is too many, but we're going to have to live with that. There's Somaliland captured. So, I'm going to throw all these at the top of the construction here. And then we'll throw ourselves at Orson Valley. .8 infantry. That should be fine. They said no. Nobody's surprised by that. 3 battalions, not worried about it. Alright, so I think with Portsmouth Station, the thing we're going to do immediately is just drop all the ironclads off off the side. They're not great anyway. We're gonna have 50 total light ship, or 80 total light ships, and 78 total capital ships, and I think that'll be just fine. So I'm not worried about that too much. Would love to have some carriers. So let's drop the number of dreadnoughts by 8. And then we'll build 10 levels of carriers. And we'll see if that makes things fun. Oh boy. America, why do you keep doing this? We have to stop being like this, America. 20.4 infamy. Just gonna add a revoke claim. You know what? I'm gonna... How much would it be in terms of maneuvers if I added revoke claims for all the... I can't add more than one revoke claim war goal. Well, that's just silly. All right, who wants in? Time to get the boys mobile. Again, America, I don't know why you keep doing this, but you definitely do. Yeah, we're short of tanks, but we'll be fine. We have the ability to flex up tank production like nobody's business, so I think we'll be completely able to function. Yeah, there we go. It's growing. It's costing us a lot of gold reserves, but that's to be expected. At this stage, these are complicated modern wars. So, Germany wants Chubu. Well, that's not even functioning as a treaty port anyway. I'm inclined to give it to them. Friesland or Wallonia. Well, I'm not going to give over either of those. Alright, here, have Chubu. Germany, join me. German Empire sides with me. What about Western Hungary transfer subjects? Who do you want? Sierra Leone, or Australia, or the British East Indies? No thanks. I don't need that. I think with Germany on my side, it'll be completely fine. There are a lot of things I like about this game over Europa Universalis, but I wish I could conquer states on behalf of my subjects, because Texas would be fun to have. Alright. Army of the West Indies, of West Africa, let's put them in position. Army of the Mediterranean, North Sumatra front. Excuse me, what's going on over here? Proletarian revolt. Okay. World War Somalia is not kicked off yet. Let's put the Army of Canada over there. All of our guys are reckless. We're going to put all of them in charge at once. We're just getting all the reckless boys out of the way. There we go. Alright. That should work. We got all these armies moving. Let's put the Army of the Mediterranean over here as well. Just making sure I've got as many units in place as possible. I think we're good. And then we'll put fleets in locations. to mess up the American economy. I never built those carriers. Let's build them. Oop. Put here. And then we'll let the game go a bit. We got a lot of battalions in position. There's oil in Ontario. Wonderful. Germany does not have quite as many battalions in here as I was hoping they would. I could still pull Mexico in. I don't need to. New money. Most members of British society have been made wealthy by the recent boom in technological progress and begun establishing fashions of their own, attending more and more extravagant high society functions and exclusive restaurants decorated in the style of Art Nouveau. She's got an indiscreet voice, I remarked. It's full of... I hesitated. Her voice is full of money, he said suddenly. That was it. I'd never understood before. It was full of money. That was the inexhaustible charm that rose and fell in it, the jingle of it, the cymbals song of it. A new world, material, without being real. Extra SOL for the upper stratum, and extra minimum expected SOL for the upper stratum. Cool. I think that quote is from The Great Gatsby. Nagpuri Proletarian Revolt. Nagpuri? That should be just fine. Just sending area of Australia to deal with it. And they're on the way. Two arms. I know we've got another fleet around here somewhere. The station fleet. Where are you located? Alright, why don't you come over here? You continue to mess up the American economy. I don't know why America's got an army sitting down here not doing anything, but they certainly do. I need to build up more ports. For the modern battle fleet tactics. I've got a lot of labor available in Ireland. So that seems like a good place to build up some ports. We got an event, a famous cafe. Hold up, Victoria 3. Let me just queue these ports in and then we'll be good to go. A famous cafe. After a chance meeting in a cafe and a thoughtful conversation, Alan Selwyn Ibitzen has recommended that Martin Ortiz, currently residing in Great Britain, be granted permanent residency. If you're in need of a place to stay, I could hardly neglect to offer you an invitation. It would be shameful for me to do so, following such a magnificent correspondence, to fail to pursue your talents further. You could hardly ask for a more esteemed endorsement. This gets 15% stronger armed forces, and Martin Ortiz joins the country. Or his decision-making, Alan Selwyn Ibitzen's decision-making is clearly questionable. This weakens him. I think he's the head of the armed forces. Yeah, he sure is. And it makes them angry. So who's Martin Ortiz? He's a communist. Yeah, no thank you. I don't need that guy. Alright, so... Oh, and actually, I can put the Army of Canada in position in America now, because my, the revolt over here is sorted out. We should have Warsangali conquered at this point. So, does America have war support protection? They do not. They're already losing due to exhaustion, and yeah, we're winning on these fronts, so I think... A conquest war goal completed. So I think we're just going to chemical warfare, eh? Interesting. Yeah, I think we're just going to kind of let that war play out. Norman Nassau. Again, it's costing us a pile of cash, but we've got plenty of gold in the reserve, so I'm really not worried about it. We're getting some ports built up, and that's going to help us a lot. Ooh, that was a weird noise. Just make sure everything's good to go. Yeah, we're still recording everything. Trade agreement, German Empire, don't mind if I do. We're conciliatory. We're still reconciling with Austria-Hungary. It's been a whole process. How about Italy? Italy's neutral. Let's go ahead and improve relations with them. I think we can afford it. Our infamy is at 17.1, so we can go for a sock next. We are for sure winning battles in these zones. Well, not this one. This battle's, we're blundering there, but that's all right. Go ahead and speed this up. No, okay. I only saw two things in the construction queue. I'm like, wait, that's not right. But no, we're good to go. We're very, very solid. Obligation from Hurrah. Excellent. They're antagonistic and yet relations are cordial. I don't know how I got an obligation from you. Oh, probably through a tech thing. I know there's a tech event that can cause that. Cool. Good. Potential victory there. Good. Looking like victory there. Wonderful. Looking like a probable loss there due to an early blunder. Is what it is. In naval battles, we're winning on this one. We're winning on that one, but only slightly. And we are losing on this one. We don't have a major fleet there. I'm going to take one of our smaller... Once this battle's done, I'll take our smaller fleet and I'll put it there. We can grab the South American station fleet and put it in the Gulf of Mexico as well. While defeating Guyana, we can't just let them leave. And this lets us build up another gold mine, does it not? Yes, it does. Which we will place at the top of the queue. That'll be done in 10 weeks. So I've relieved our convoy shortage somewhat. But let's see if we can't find a good place to put some more ports. Benin's got some labor available. Each port... Yeah, I can fill up ports in Benin. No problem. Zanzibar as well. Actually, I might even be able to max out ports in Zanzibar, but we don't want to go too buck wild with it. So what is this diplomatic play? This is Spain. There's oh, it's a Quito. That must be a different historical name for that zone. Hey, there's the war against the non-Korean peasant revolt 1. Here's a loss coming in and a loss coming in there. But this battle's a win. Yeah, we're doing very well against America overall. We've massively exceeded them. They've massively... Our kill death is about 2 to 1. And on top of that, they're losing war support at about 4 per week, whereas we're losing it due to about 1 per week. Plus, we've got war support protection. So I think when they get below 0, they'll be willing to accept losing their claim. And that's, again, all I really want out of this war. Although, on the other hand, if I continue to win, I could continue to... What's Germany's war support looking like? Germany's war support is just fine. Because if I continue to win, I might do more damage to their economy overall by continuing to kill and wound Americans. I know that's a lot, but honestly, America's GDP and population have continued to grow significantly over the course of the game, and they've been getting more and more aggressive with me. And they're the number 3 world power. They've continued to move up the ranks. So I think I'm just going to continue to fight this war out and do more and more damage to them until the end of things. I think I can tolerate the loss of a few more lives. How did I get onto the front this time, Ionian Island? Yeah. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and station this army in the Mediterranean and await things. Again, I know that seems rather brutal, but I think it makes sense in... Well, they're also not going to be at war with me again before the end of the game. If we can go to the end of 1931, I'll end it. That's what I'm going to do, because that's my feeling. I'm going to go to the end of 1931, and then they won't be able to get into war with us at all before the end of the game, so then it's not going to matter. Now, yeah, we've inflicted tons and tons of damage on them now. See, I think they can also... I can also soak more of this than they can. Like, let's take a look at how their debt is accruing every week. I'm on speed 5. Game's really chugging along here, but... Yeah, so they're spending a lot more money than we are on this as well. Hey, there's flash freezing. I think that's the end of the tech tree. Oh no, we got a bunch more social tax, don't we? Yes, we do. Modern financial instruments, mass surveillance. Modern financial instruments, then mass surveillance, then antibiotics, mass propaganda, behaviors, and political philosophy. Okay, let's do antibiotics first. Then we'll do the others. Alright, they capitulated. You better run. Alright, so that's the end of that. Religious revolt in Sikkim, I don't have the capacity to intervene in that whatsoever. We got an obligation expiring from New Grenada. You're a subject. Who are you a subject of? Spain. They're a Spanish protectorate. I don't know why I didn't know that. I feel like I should have noticed that, but it is what it is. I wonder if they became a protectorate to get Spanish help against the Americans during that one war. I wonder if that was how that eventually went down. It is curious. Go ahead and naval invade with the Army of Australia. And we are still losing cash, so I'm going to demobilize some armies. I'll slowly work on demobilizing armies again. Once this war ends, it's not going to be relevant, but it's one of those things where, like, until that happens, I gotta be conscientious about it. It is the end of 1931, though, and I think that means we're going to put a pin in the episode. We've finally gotten America to stop attacking us. I think we've actually fully gotten America to stop attacking us. I think that's the end of America's attempts to grab Texas. Well, it's the end, at least until the end of the game. And full disclosure, this run is probably not going to have a post-game on account of the new patch is about to come up, and it's probably going to break the save to the point where it's not going to be loadable. So we're probably just going to go to the end of 1935, and that'll be what it is. So yeah, so that's the schedule. So that means this is going to be episode 41, which means we're probably going to have 2 more episodes. So this is going to be a 43 episode series overall. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. In any case, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you all on the other side.